Imagine swimming next to a creature longer than a school bus, with a mouth wide enough to swallow a grown human whole. But instead of teeth and terror, you find calm, spotted grace. This is the whale shark, the largest fish in the sea, and also one of the gentlest. It glides through the water like a drifting island, vacuuming up plankton with the serenity of a monk. But don't let its peace fool you. Inside the whale shark lies a world of contradictions. It is a fish that behaves like a whale, a predator that eats like a broom, a creature so ancient it shared oceans with megalodons, yet so mysterious we didn't confirm its birth process until the 1990s. It has 300 tiny teeth it doesn't use, and skin so thick that barnacles, sharks, and rimroars all hitch a ride. So, how does the biggest fish in the ocean survive on some of the smallest prey? Why is its body designed more like a floating fortress than a fast predator? And what secrets are buried inside the genes of this speckled giant? Compared to great whites, whale sharks are pacifists. Compared to manta rays, they're tanks. And compared to humans, they breathe water, resist cancer, and may live over a century. This is the strange, surreal, and spectacular biology and anatomy of the whale shark. Anatomy and sensory systems. From snout to tail, the whale shark is a blueprint of oceanic perfection. It can reach lengths of 40 feet or more and weigh up to 20 tons. Yet despite its size, it moves with graceful ease. That ease comes from its skeleton, not made of bone, but cartilage. Like rays and sharks, this flexible framework gives the whale shark buoyancy and fluidity. Its head is wide and flattened, with tiny eyes set on either side. Its mouth, nearly 5 feet across. But inside that cavernosus mouth are rows of hundreds of teeth that don't chew or bite. Instead, they act like filters. Whale sharks are filter feeders, sweeping in water loaded with plankton, krill, and fish eggs. Their gills, massive and powerful, push the water out while trapping the food. It's like a living colander cruising through the sea. And then, there's the skin. It can be up to 10 centimeters thick, the thickest skin of any animal on Earth. Covered in tiny dermal denticles, it's both armor and hydrodynamic aid. In comparison, a crocodile's skin seems like paper. Even rhinos don't carry this level of fortification. Their sensory systems are equally advanced. Whale sharks detect changes in light and current with acute sensitivity. They have ampullae of Lorentz, special electroreceptors in their snouts that allow them to sense electrical fields given off by other animals. Sharks use this to hunt. Whale sharks use it to navigate vast migrations, tracing currents and bloom zones with uncanny accuracy. Evolutionary history. Whale sharks are not whales. They're not your typical sharks either. They belong to a group called electrobiforms, or carpet sharks, which include species like nurse sharks and wobbegong. Unlike their relatives, whale sharks took a different evolutionary path. Their lineage stretches back over 60 million years. They appeared just after the dinosaurs vanished, inheriting a world of warm oceans teeming with new life. Over time, they grew bigger, slower, and more adapted to filter feeding. Unlike great whites, which evolved for short bursts of attack, whale sharks evolved to roam. They are marathoners, not sprinters. Other filter feeders like baleen whales and manta rays evolved similar traits, but from entirely different ancestors. This is convergent evolution. Different creatures developing similar features to survive in similar environments. A whale has baleen plates. A whale shark has gill rakers. Same function, different design. Fossil evidence is sparse, but the clues suggest whale sharks have changed little in tens of millions of years. Like crocodiles, they found a strategy that works and stuck with it. Today, they swim tropical oceans from Mexico to Mozambique, often alone but occasionally gathering in huge feeding frenzies where hundreds may assemble. They are living reminders of a different age, a prehistoric ocean still gliding behind us. Neurology and cognition. Despite their enormous bodies, whale sharks have relatively small brains. But in the ocean, intelligence comes in many forms. While they don't hunt with complex strategies or use tools like dolphins or octopuses, their neurological adapters are no less impressive. Whale sharks possess a large olfactory bulb, hinting at an acute sense of smell. This is likely essential for locating plankton blooms, fish spawns, and chemical trails of microscopic prey. Their vision is adapted for wide peripheral awareness rather than focus, ideal for detecting movement in vast waters. Studies suggest they might have the ability to navigate using magnetic fields, magnet reception, a trait shared with sea turtles and migratory birds. Their brain prioritizes sensory processing, orientation, and motor control over abstract thinking. In evolutionary terms, they're not philosophers, but they're exceptional travelers. We don't fully understand their cognition yet, but satellite tracking reveals complex migration routes and return behaviors. Some individuals cross entire oceans and return years later to the exact same feeding grounds. That kind of navigation is a form of memory, and possibly even mental mapping. Feeding and migration. Whale sharks are filter feeders, but they're not passive. They actively seek out plankton-rich water columns, often diving deep in the daytime and surfacing at night, a behavior known as diel vertical migration. This allows them to follow the daily movements of plankton, similar to how manta rays and basking sharks feed. Their gill rakers are comb-like structures that trap tiny food particles while expelling filtered water. Unlike baleen whales, whale sharks can switch between two feeding styles: ram filtration, swimming forward with an open mouth, or suction feeding, opening their mouth near prey and pulling it in. They often gather near coral reefs, coastal upwellings, and fish spawning sites. One famous location is Ningaloo Reef in Australia, where hundreds of whale sharks gather annually. These movements are not tied to seasons, but to prey availability, water temperature, and possibly lunar cycles. Their migrations are among the longest of any fish. Some whale sharks travel over 12,000 kilometers in a single journey. Compared to migrating birds or salmon, their pace is slow, but steady, and astonishingly accurate. Their routes link ecosystems across continents. Genetic adaptations. Whale sharks have a massive genome, over 3.5 billion base pairs, larger than the human genome. Hidden in this code are adaptations for cancer resistance, extreme longevity, and immune strength. In fact, some scientists study whale shark genetics to understand tumor suppression. Their slow cell division rates and thick dermal layers may protect them from environmental damage. Unlike fast-growing mammals, whale sharks live slow. They grow slowly, mature slowly, and likely live over 100 years. This slow pace may be encoded in their DNA. Whale shark skin expresses specialized proteins that help in wound healing and regeneration. Their liver is enormous and rich in lipids, helping with buoyancy and energy storage. At the molecular level, these genes reveal adaptations for deep-sea diving, including those that regulate oxygen transport and pressure tolerance. And like all sharks, they have the ancient immune system, one of the oldest among vertebrates. Their antibodies are different from ours, but no less effective. Studying these systems could help inform human medicine, especially in the fields of immunotherapy and aging. Reproduction and development. Whale sharks give birth to live young, but not in the way you might expect. They are oviparous, meaning the eggs hatch inside the mother, and she gives birth to fully formed miniature whale sharks. A 1995 discovery of a pregnant female revealed over 300 embryos at various stages of development inside her. This reproductive style offers middle ground between laying eggs, like some sharks, vivipitary, like mammals. The embryos feed off their own yolk sac, and there is little parental care after birth. Each baby is born around 2 feet in length, already patterned with the iconic white spots. Sexual maturity takes decades to reach. Males don't develop claspers until 25 years of age, and females likely mature even later. Combined with low birth frequency, this makes whale sharks vulnerable to population declines. One accident or fishing event could remove a generation. We still don't know where they give birth. No whale shark nursery has ever been observed. It remains one of marine biology's greatest mysteries. Symbiosis and ecological role. Whale sharks carry an entourage. Their massive bodies attract hitchhikers. Rim roars cling to their bellies, pilot fish swarm to their wake, and even juvenile golden tallory dart around them for protection. It's a traveling ecosystem, like a floating reef. Their sheer size gives them immunity from most predators. Even orcas tend to leave them alone, but they play a critical role in ocean food webs. By consuming plankton and fish eggs, they help regulate populations and redistribute nutrients. Some of the organisms living on their skin may form symbiotic relationships. Bacterial colonies have been found on whale shark dermal denticles that may offer microbial protection or aid in chemical signaling. And their movement patterns create corridors of connectivity. Like elephants in the savanna, whale sharks influence ecosystems far beyond where they feed. Their migrations connect reefs, deep-sea trenches, and spawning grounds across entire ocean basins. Evolutionary strategy. The whale shark's survival strategy is one of paradoxes. Be big, but slow. Eat tiny things, but never stop moving. Have no predators, but no defenses. It's about scale, endurance, and stability. In evolutionary terms, the whale shark is a specialist of abundance. Its filter feeding only works in oceans rich with plankton, and its slow reproductive rate only works in environments where adults can live long enough to reproduce once or twice. Other animals use claws, venom, or stealth. The whale shark uses gentleness and size. It's the ocean's paradox. The bigger it is, the more peaceful it becomes. Its strategy mirrors that of elephants, blue whales, or even redwoods. Longevity, consistency, and low metabolism create a pattern of life that prioritizes survival over drama. And in Earth's turbulent oceans, that may be the smartest strategy of all. Final reflection. The whale shark reminds us that evolution isn't always loud. It doesn't always scream or sprint. Sometimes it glides. In a world obsessed with speed and power, the whale shark offers a different model: endurance, elegance, and calm persistence. Every white spot on its back is like a fingerprint, unique, ancient, and quietly brilliant. Its biology is full of contradictions, but its presence is undeniable. A creature that could crush with weight, but chooses to float. A traveler who leaves no trail. A mystery we still don't fully understand, despite its massive size. And maybe that's the lesson, that the greatest beings on Earth don't always roar. Sometimes they just swim by. Gentle giants carrying the wisdom of oceans past.